What have we learned so far in this installment of the top 100 players right now? Chris Sale, Triple Crown winner, the 20th best player in the sport. Raul Acuña Jr. falls from number 1 a year ago down to number 16. And Kyle Tucker and Vladdy Guerrero Jr. back-to-back at 14 and 13. It is time for your Players Roundtable on the top 100 players right now. We got Cliff Floyd, Yonder Alonso, Adam Wainwright joining us for this fun conversation.
Bueno.
This is going to be fun. Each one of these guys did their homework, their personal top 5 players in the game. Now, Cliff Floyd has taken part in this roundtable more than the other 3, so you're the seasoned veteran. You've given us some memorable lists. I don't need to go any deeper into that. Cliff, go ahead. Kick us off.
You know what? I love my list. It's a winner from top to bottom. But you know what, Shohei? I didn't forget you this time, big dog. I will take no flack. You right where you belong at the top. But I do have a guy in Mookie Betts that you have to look at and go, this is what I love about my list. Mookie Betts, people gonna go, what? No, he's a star, he's a winner. He's gonna give you everything he got. He's versatile, he can play gold glove defense at every position. So I love that list right there, fellas. Now beat that.
Man, I don't know what you're talking about. If Serena Williams misses a couple Grand Slams, he doesn't get the #1 ranking in the world. You cannot put Mookie Betts in there. I'm all about games played and production. You got to put Jose Ramirez in there as my 5. That's right. When you look at that list, it's a great list. I like Juan Soto, Bobby Witt, Judgy, and obviously Shohei Ohtani. It should really be the list from 2 to 5. Shohei's from Mars. He's not a real human. We all know that. But Jose Ramirez, he can carry a team. It's about time we put him as a top 5 player. Third base ranks from 2024. He's at first.
I'm not knocking that.
Both lists are great. This is the first time we've ever had a pitcher's perspective for the top 5 right now. Adam, go ahead, give us your top 5.
Yeah, and I think he's actually right about Jose. I mean, I think he's one of the most not talked about players in all of baseball. And I love Aaron Judge and all you Yankee fans out there that are going to get mad at me. He's not in my top 5.
Here you go. There you go. Are you tripping?
There's some guys that need talking about that don't get talked about enough. Let me tell you something right now. It all starts on the bump. And Tarik Skubal might win the next 5 Cy Youngs. But let me tell you something. One guy that nobody would have put this man in the top 5, my guy Wheeler. If you said, Adam, pick somebody to start Game 7 from the game now, or maybe from all time, I'm picking Zach Wheeler.
Okay,
this guy
you gotta get the Game 7.
Hold on. Let me ask you this. So you don't need no runs, no run support?
Yeah.
Because pitchers only going 5 innings.
Not when Wheeler's on the mound, you don't need. And not when Skubal's on the mound, you don't need.
So how you gonna win the game?
And if they still let pitchers hit, they might hit the home run to win it.
Oh, Lord, here we go. Yonder, you better say something. You better say something, bro.
I'm just saying, what happens if you win on Monday? What happens Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? You want to talk about Game 7? What happens in Game 2, 3, 4, and 5?
Facts.
But see how you started at Game 2. You started at Game 2 because Wheeler he won Game 1 already.
I gotta believe. I'm glad you said Yankee fans. I know you're gonna be mad.
Yeah.
You had to sweat leaving Aaron Judge off your top 5 players. That had to be the most glaring omission for you.
Look, if I was going to put a top 5 list of position players, Aaron Judge would be in there every single time. But you know what? Pitchers, we don't get the love, and they're the best athletes on the field, Greg. The best athletes.
How'd you get Gunnar Henderson in there? How'd you get Gunnar Henderson in there?
Because here, I'll tell you what. Gunnar Henderson, because if not for a legendary season from Aaron Judge last year. Gunnar Henderson was my MVP last year. He was the guy that I tuned in. I said, oh, I want to see the highlights. Who did I want to see? I wanted to see Gunnar Henderson. He's leading that young Baltimore Orioles team. I love him.
No Soto, no Judge, no Lindor, no Ramirez, no Mookie.
Hey,
and I love all these
pitches. He's $700 million. He doesn't need any more flowers. Let me give some flowers.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about performance. What's happening inside the yard, inside those white lines, every day.
Name 3 pitchers better than Zach Wheeler. Do it.
I'll name you Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Bobby Witt, and Jose Ramirez.
I'm kind of speechless. I don't know what to say.
I'm going to predict next year's top 5 for Adam Wainwright. #1 will be Shohei Ohtani. #2 will be Tarik Skubal. #3 will be Zach Wheeler. #4 will be Chris Sale. #5 will be Paul Skeens. All 5 guys starting pitchers in Ohtani.
And we can just throw all this away.
Guys, that was so fun. Adam, thank you for opening our minds. That was
Adam,
I love the anti-group thinker. That was so fun.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're welcome at home. You're welcome at home. We got to take a break. Still ahead. I love this. Whose swing is this? A silhouette swing. Oh, I got it. I 100% have this swing memorized. Take another look. Whoever this player is number 12 on our countdown. We went to break on the top 100 players right now with a silhouette of this swing. If you do not know whose swing this is, you clearly need to watch much more MLB Network. It is obviously Bryce Harper, the face of the Philadelphia Phillies.
Number 12.
Bryce Harper is special.
Because he's the chosen one.
There's only been one of one.
Challenge accepted.
Harper, deep, and gone!
What he's been able to do for this fan base.
Kisses the Phillies logo across the chest of his jersey.
Really embrace the city, become one of them.
Bryce Harper is one of the great faces of our sport.
This guy loves the moment, lives for it.
Bryce Harper brings life to Philadelphia. Bryce Harper delivers, no doubt about it.
This is what Bryce Harper can do.
He made the city shake, people.
It's one amazing swing after another.
The bottom line, he's one of the best players in the game.
The great Bryce Harper, once again inside our top 15. Look at this, consecutive years on our top 100 countdown, and is Mike Trout and Bryce Harper, which leads to this question. And Steve, I'll start with you. Whose career would you rather have? Knowing Mike Trout has much more money, Bryce got paid well too. Mike Trout hasn't had a lot of postseason experience. Bryce Harper has it. Whose career would you take?
So Bryce Harper's career's been more fun, but I would take Mike Trout's career. I mean, listen, he's like an 84 WAR player, and he's one of the greatest players in the history of the game. And I understand right now that he's not had the playoff experience, he's not had the joy of participating in that. But when it's all said and done, and we look back at these guys as Hall of Famers, Mike Trout will go down as one of the greatest players to ever play the game for his legacy. Harper may have had more fun, but I'm taking Mike Trout's career.
Fun,
money.
war. Fun, war. Steve's going war. What about you?
I'm going to go with fun. I'm going to go with the expectations. I just think, like, you know, Mike Trout we knew he was a first rounder. There was expectations he was going to be good. We didn't know he was going to be this great. For Bryce Harper, he's been on the cover of Sports Illustrated since he was 15 years old. He had to drop out of high school and get a GED so he can go to college so that the pitchers would throw to him.
Right.
I mean, this guy, and he's continually lived up to those expectations. At the end of the day, as players, yes, we play for accolades, we play for our teammates, but you want a chance to play in October. And Bryce Harper, not only has he played in October, he's shown up on the biggest stages in the biggest of ways. As like Mark DeRosa said, he shook that city.
He did.
And I think at the end of it all, when it's all done, the numbers will probably be about the same and even out to around the same. Maybe they're a little bit different, but I just think, you know, what an amazing kind of career he's had from those expectations that he's had to live up to from everybody else. And he's gone ahead and done that.
And it's not an easy city to win over. He owns the city of Philadelphia. Yeah. They love Bryce Harper.
Anybody who's the best friend with the fanatic, I'm in.
There you go. He's got good taste.
And it is Mike Trout City. Ooh, right? He's
great.
From the area.
You're connecting the dots.
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of this. I've just been told who the next player is. This guy should easily be inside the top 10. Instead, he's number 11.
Number 11.
Right now in Major League Baseball, we have a new Tiger King.
One of the premium young left-handed pitchers in the game of baseball.
He has been absolutely dominant.
Tarek Skubal owns this mound. Hey, Barry, Tarek Skubal, the Tigers' ace.
Well, this guy has electric stuff.
A dazzling array from Tarek Skubal.
This guy's a nightmare.
Swing and a miss. Got him.
He struck him out.
He's special. I think he's electric. This crowd on their feet.
The roar is back in Motown.
And he gets the mean on sometimes. Look at him walking off the mound.
A fired up Tarek Skubal yells, "Let's go." What a moment.
And making the highest debut on this year's list at number 11, the Cy Young Award winner in the American League, Tarek Skubal. And boy, oh boy, does this guy come after you. He is not afraid to challenge, and why would he? When you got swing and miss stuff like this right here, you're talking about zone whiff percentage, 25%. I mean, it's absolutely dominating stuff. His fastball, we know it's upper 90s, but he is not afraid. He's like a heavyweight boxer. When that bell rings, ding, ding, let's go. There's no pick in the corners, boys. I'm challenging. When I talk about this, if you take take a look at what he's able to do and how he just attacks this strike zone. Sure, does he end up on the corner sometimes, but he doesn't need it. He goes middle of the zone, aggressive all the time. 2-1 runners on first and second. There you go, middle of the zone, 95 right down the middle. I trust in my stuff, and because that, he's as confident as anybody in the game, and rightfully so. And he's not afraid to show that emotion. When you talk about an ace of a pitching staff, somebody who's a leader and somebody who's not afraid to wear those emotions on his sleeve, Tarik Skubal, boy oh boy, did he show up on the scene and give us all a lot of love. And when it came to the postseason, you saw what he did. He said, hey fellas, guess what? Jump on my back. Come get it. We saw what he did against every team. He carved through lineups. He made big pitches when he needed to. And he said, hey, Detroit, I'm here for you. I got it all right here. I loved everything about this guy, the way he goes about his business. We always talk about trusting our stuff as pitchers. Nobody in the game trusts their stuff more than this guy.
And it's crazy where he came from, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. University of Seattle. He was a 9th round draft pick. So as good as he's been, they were wrong the 8 rounds before that to risk the chance of not getting him in the 9th round. But overpowering stuff and that competitiveness. And in Detroit, I'm from Detroit. In Detroit, his approach is the city. Like that, he suits Detroit so well. I hope they get a chance to extend him to a contract.
He really suits the top 10. What were we thinking? Let me recap what we've showed you in this episode of the top 100 players right now. Chris Sale, Triple Crown, good enough for number 20. Zach Wheeler, the model of consistency on the bump, number 19. Then Paul Skeens, the most dominant young arm we've seen since Pedro Martinez, number 15. Tarik Skubal, best pitcher in the game right now. Here we are. The best pitcher in baseball is only the 11th best player in baseball. Ryan, you just did a great breakdown of why Tarik Skubal is so good. Doesn't crack the top 10. Are you okay with that?
No, I'm not, because I feel like if Tarik Skubal's not on the Detroit Tigers, that they're not a playoff contending team. And I just think that that can be said about position players, but they better be really, really good. Starting pitching at the end of the day will not only get you to the postseason, it will help you win a World Series championship. And so to not have somebody in that list, especially somebody as accomplished as Tarik Skubal and what he was able to do this year, I think that's unfortunate, although after talking to Paul Skeens, I think next year we might see somebody in that top 10 list.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I do understand it. We're in a period of transition with starting pitching right now. Not only the way that starters are managed, but also Verlander and Scherzer and Kershaw are aging out a little bit. And so we don't have that next group. So Skubal's been really good for a year and a half. I mean, Paul Skeens had, as he said, 40, half a season. So
and we will see Ohtani at some point. He's a two-way player.
Well, so they will emerge into that space, but it's taken some time for them to be able to get there. And so, look, Zach Wheeler could be a guy like that, but if they're in, then who's out? And I think that's some part of the challenge for this conversation as well.
Well, as a former GM, if all the top 100 were free agents and you were starting from scratch and you got a draft, and would you believe, if you were looking at it, that Tarik Skubal would be the 11th player picked and Paul Skeens would be the 15th player picked for just the 2025 season?
For just the 2025 season, I think that Skeens would be ahead of Skubal. I think just for the 2025 season, but I think they probably both would be at the back end of the top 10.
But they would be in the top 10.
They'd probably be in the top 10.
To your point. And you mentioned postseason to win a world championship. That's all we talk about once the postseason starts, is which games will Tarik Skubal start. Eventually, we'll be talking about which games will Paul Skeens start. That's where you get your advantage in the postseason, is on the mound.
Yeah, if I'm building a team and I can draft any one of those players, I'm taking Shohei Ohtani, and then I'm taking, Aaron Judge, and then I'm taking Paul Skeens and Tarik Skubal. There's my starting 4 guys on my team. I'll build the rest of the team around that.
And if I get a GM job again, I'm happy to take that as my rotation.
I'm going to go home and I'm going to put together my own top 100.
I like this.
Yes, our countdown conversation never stops in Studio 21.
ドジャースの2024年シーズンは、まさに夢のようなオールスターチームが誕生した瞬間からファンの期待を一身に背負い、圧倒的なパフォーマンスで駆け抜けてきました。大谷翔平、ムーキー、ベッツ、フレディ、フリーマン、これほどのスター選手が一堂に会し、チームとして戦う姿は、まさに野球ファンにとっての最高のエンターテイメントでした。シーズンを通して、ドジャースはまさに、勝つべくして勝つ、チームでした。オフェンスでは大谷翔平が豪快なホームランを放ち、ベッツが驚異的な守備とバットコントロールを披露し、フリーマンが頼れるバッティングでチームを支える。そして、ピッチング陣には新たに加わった強力な先発投手たちが圧巻の投球を見せ、ブルペンも安定感抜群。まさに、どこから見ても隙のない、超 完成型のドジャース。そして何よりも印象的だったのは選手たちが見せる団結力と情熱です。ただのスーパースターの寄せ集めではなく、お互いを信じ合い支え合い、チームとして戦い抜く姿が本当に素晴らしかった。毎試合ベンチでは笑顔があふれ、ビッグプレーのたびに選手たちが肩を組み大歓声を上げる。その光景こそがドジャースが最強のチームである理由ではないでしょうか。特に NL 西地区優勝を決めた試合のあの瞬間、9回裏最後のアウトを取った瞬間、選手もファンも一体となって歓喜の渦に包まれました。スタジアムの青い海が大きく波打ち、選手たちは抱き合い涙を流しながら勝利の喜びを分かち合いました。まるで映画のワンシーンのような最高の瞬間でしたね。しかしこれはまだ終わりではありません。ここからはワールドシリーズ制覇というさらなる夢に向かって突き進むのみ。ドジャースがどんなドラマを見せてくれるのか、これからも目が離せません。皆さんもこの歴史的シーズンの証人となりませんか。これからもドジャースの戦いを一緒に応援していきましょう。動画を楽しんでいただけたらぜひいいねとチャンネル登録をお願いします。コメントで皆さんの熱い応援メッセージもお待ちしています。さあ次の試合もドジャースと共に